Now, this was a decision that was made over time with the input of family, he says, and while he recognizes it is a polarizing time in government, he feels the system still could be fixed, and he will work to that endeavor for the next 2 years. Before being sworn in as a Senate juror in the second impeachment trial of former President Trump, Ohio Senator Rob Portman spoke to a surprise announcement that he will not seek re-election, speaking of the polarization, and not just in Washington.
This is not just a congressional problem, and I don't think it's just a problem that has happened in the last 4 years. It's, each party moving more to the extremes, which is rewarded sometimes, and therefore there are fewer people who are looking for that common ground.
Portman said he liked what he heard from President Biden in his inaugural address and issued at the time a statement to that effect about working together. But he said the administration's plan to use the process of reconciliation, which they can do without Republican input, to pass a COVID relief package flies in the face of that.
My hope is that everybody will, take a breath, step back and say, okay, let's read the inaugural speech again and let's take that approach.
The impeachment, he said, had nothing to do with his decision, and he vows to be an impartial juror. But
I am going to ask a couple questions. One is about the constitutionality. The president is gone from office, and as you know, impeachment is generally viewed as something about removing someone from office. And if you read the Constitution, that's what it focuses on.
It was at this very same stage 12 years ago that the late Senator George Voinovich announced his retirement, giving Portman time to put together a campaign, a courtesy he wanted to extend to his successor.
I did want to make the announcement now because Jane and I have made up our mind, and also because it allows whoever wants to step forward on our side of the aisle, the Republicans, to be able to have plenty of time to gear up for a statewide race in Ohio. 2 years is a long time, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to show interest in this.
And several of whom Portman says he spoke with this morning. Incidentally, Portman was asked flat out, would you consider leaving early, which would enable Governor DeWine to name your replacement, and that would give that Republican a leg up in 2022? He answered one word, flat out, no. Live in Shaker Heights, John Kosick, News 5.